persist until the formation of the National Wrestling Alliance in 1948. The NWA as a central governing body, with its singular, undisputed world champion, would be absolute and undeniable. This control, combined with the expansion of the interstate highway system, and the inevitable popularity and availability of regional television, would usher in an era of wrestling that was defined by what would come to be known as the territory system. The territory system would dominate wrestling for nearly 4 decades, while the borders, authority, popularity, and obedience of individual NWA territories was in a near constant state of flux. To this day, the impact and influence of these territories is still felt. Each territory had its own signature promoter and star. While it is impossible to cram these characteristics into a static, concrete map, we are damn sure going to try anyway.
So open up your eyes, way before it gets too late. Now one man, wrestle while you can. Hit the street lights running, don't give a damn. A simple explanation that you'll never find. Sinners never sacrifice. We never leave love alone. Is hate really worth the price? Look at what we've done. Never cared for compromise. Always threatening someone's life, and it feels like the end of the world.
All right, welcome to This Week in Pro Wrestling with Monty and the Pharaoh. Jimmy, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. What's going on? Another week?
Another week?
Yeah.
Actually, it's Christmas Eve.
Oh, yeah.
We're here in the studio. It's
Ho, ho,
Christmas
ho.
Eve.
Yeah.
And people are on home watching Long Island's #1 pro wrestling broadcast with their other show, This Week in Pro Wrestling, where we cover just pure pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Your favorite subject.
Deck the halls with arm bars and headlocks.
Very nice.
Fa la 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 la. Yeah.
And
That works. Oi.
And cauliflower ear.
Let's get into that on the parent show, but yeah, a little cauliflower
That's true,
here.
we'll get into
John
it.
Wiener. Aye.
Well, anyway, for wrestling fans, the greatest moment in the history of pro wrestling happened
What?
Wednesday night.
This week?
This week.
In pro wrestling?
Ever.
What
Ever.
was it? It must have passed right by me. What was it? Wait a minute. Was it Hogan Andre like? Was it like,
Bigger.
it was bigger?
Bigger.
Was it like when Warrior came flying down at the first SummerSlam and took the belt from Honky Tonk?
bigger.
It was bigger?
Oh, my God.
Wait a minute. Was it like when Stone Cold gave the stunner to Mr. McMahon for the first time?
Bigger than that.
It was bigger than that?
Yes.
What did I miss? What was it?
The Undisputed Era
What?
has arrived to AEW.
What?
Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly,
And Bobby Fish.
Bobby Fish.
Wow.
They're together again.
Wrestling is forever altered. Wow, that's amazing. Wait, you ready? Wait for it. What are you talking about?
Adam Cole believes the game has changed
The game?
following the AEW debut of Kyle O'Reilly, his former Undisputed Era stablemate, on last night's Dynamite. As noted, O'Reilly helped Cole secure a win over Orange Cassidy, who's quickly falling down the ladder.
Lord knows you need somebody to help you secure a win over a guy who's not even bigger than my tennis instructor. But go ahead. Go ahead. I need help securing a victory over this guy.
Cole and Bobby Fish reunited for the first time since their days in NXT. This followed by the Young Bucks confronting Cole with a conflicted look on their face.
So the pool guys came out to say, why did you beat up the tennis instructor? The guys who clean the pool.
The guy who cleans the pool.
Wow, this is what?
The greatest moment in the history of professional wrestling happened.
That's great.
That's
great.
The Turner Network,
Wow.
TNT,
Just like the good old
at
days.
8 p.m.
Just like the good old days.
Dynamite.
Yeah, that's where the big boys play. Wait for it. What? Dude, this is the
But
biggest.
you loved the
I do love the
Era.
Undisputed Era, but you know what's odd, and oddly enough, and I saw the moment and everything like that. I saw Kyle O'Reilly come out, yada yada yada. It was nice. It's nice to see them
Did
back
you like
together.
the whole stare
But
down between the Bucks and Adam
yeah,
Cole?
all good, all cool. That's all cool. Everything's fine.
Were you excited
okay?
with the professional wrestling juices
But here's
flowing
what
through your
here's
blood?
what went through my mind. My God, have we been seriously analyzing this business for quite a while? And come to think of it, we were doing it for decades before we had the show.
Right.
I'm sitting there thinking to myself, as this is happening, I'm going, okay, let's get excited for the fact that the guys who were once the main attraction on NXT that was going head to head with AEW and lost and had to move to another night
Good point.
are now here with the show that thinks that they're going to win the whole thing in the end. What? What are you talking about? They couldn't even go head to head with you at NXT. They lost, and then the show got flipped to another thing, and then they got fired or left. Wow.
And meanwhile,
I love Adam Cole, for the record, as you know.
Right.
And I love Red Dragon. For those who, think I haven't been watching this shit for quite a while, Red Dragon is Fish and O'Reilly, and I love them together as Undisputed, and it's all good. But it's not changed. What did he say? Change the landscape or whatever? What is he, out of his mind? No, that hasn't. You know what? Make sure the landscape at the very least stays the same. Re-signing Kevin Owens. That's what makes sure that things stay the same.
Right.
So basically, nothing. I have nothing on that. This is the big game-changing moment. No, it's not. On a business level, Vince let go of 3 guys that in his mind were part of NXT, which lost the ratings war to AEW, moved to another night, and now they're somewhere else. Also from a physical perspective, these guys are small, and Vince don't give a rat's ass about that, unless you are AJ Styles or something.
I think
smaller,
it's believability. These guys are very, very. They're very small. They're not just small. They're very small.
Yeah, they're small. Okay.
And
I still think Adam Cole plays big, like a main event type.
Who's the booker?
But that's me.
Right. That he's slowly giving up on his homegrown talent. Notice what's happening. Orange Cassidy losing matches.
Dude, the headline was screaming on their own YouTube channel, AEW's own YouTube channel, the highlight clip video of Kyle O'Reilly coming to AEW. Well, this was an undisputed, debut.
Right.
I'm like, you're so like cashing in on what Vince had. Call it something else, do something else. But if there it was, undisputed, they're doing nothing but siphoning, it seems, off Vince's residue. What else is new?
Daniel Bryan, going to be the champion.
Yeah. It's just siphoning off Vince's
Aleister
residue.
Black.
We've seen this before.
What's his name in AEW?
Yeah,
Malachi Black.
Malachi.
Whatever.
Yeah, I think of Malachi when I
But
look at him.
listen, another great matchup. CM Punk was trending huge last night as he was wearing the Sting makeup.
He must have been psyched.
And Sting was wearing the CM Punk fists on his face.
Am I allowed to like this? Because I do.
Go ahead.
I just like it.
Why'd you like it?
I think it's cool to see CM Punk and Sting together. I'm sorry. It doesn't want to one of those. Wait a second, though. Okay. They're both legendary, whether you like it or not. Okay. Let's just for a second.
Wait, hold on. Sting is legendary.
Don't tell me CM Punk's not legendary.
Not legendary.
Yes, he is. In this business, he's legendary. Not to you, he's not. But I understand that. That's fine. But if you're telling me CM Punk is not one of the most major stars over the last quarter of a century that had huge impact, come on, man, you're not doing that. I know you're not doing that. So, Mr.
He had
Skinny,
a huge impact for a very small
Mr. Skinny
time.
Malink is a superstar. Okay,
No,
and he's a high-level superstar.
He was a superstar.
Right.
He was
right.
a superstar.
Well, you know what?
These are facts.
I mean,
he was.
Honestly, if Hacksaw Jim Duggan returned today and hit somebody with a 2x4, he's not a superstar anymore either. Come
on, that's apples and oranges.
No, it's not. It just means that you think Punk's day is past, and I'm not disagreeing with that.
One second. Punk in the WWE was a superstar.
Yes, he was.
When he left WWE, he tried to be an MMA star. He failed miserably.
Yep.
Okay?
Yeah, sure he did.
He left. Now he's back into wrestling.
What does that have to do with his legacy as far as his impact on the
business? Because his legacy is a WWE
He's
legacy.
A legend. Yeah.
And it's a short window legacy.
Of course it was.
It's a pipe bomb
Superstar
legacy.
Superstar Billy Graham's window was even shorter.
But
it was, though. It was even shorter. Dude, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how long it was sometimes. If you've had a huge
Superstar
impact.
Billy Graham, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time?
No.
So then how can we say CM Punk is?
Because he's a better wrestler in the ring, and he had way more impact on the business.
He had remember something.
As far
he had
as
no
his
impact in the
success,
beginning when you talk about his career in WWE.
Right.
Huge impact in the
Huge.
middle.
Fucking huge.
And no impact at the end.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So
you do realize Stone Cold himself had a 5-year window. Himself.
yeah, but you can't even compare that 5-year window.
Well, what
to-
about the pre-career of Punk and Ring of Honor? I know that doesn't matter to you, but it does to a lot of people.
Okay, but did it bring in thousands of wrestling fans?
No.
I mean, for the purist, understood.
Look, the bottom line is, and it's hilarious what kicked all of this off, because you just, and I understand why you can't stand CM Punk, but the bottom line is I consider those two guys legends. You want to fucking start measuring them? Go ahead. I can't. What am I going to say about that?
What makes a
I'm just
legend,
excited
though?
to see them too. What makes a legend?
Yeah.
People who have a huge lasting impact that were very, very over, and to me, you could be over for a year or two. You don't not have to be over for 20 years like Hulkster. Hulkster is a rare miracle in this business.
Well, fair enough, because wrestling's a
Ric
very short
Flair is
window to begin
yes,
with. That's
Ric
fair enough.
Flair is a rare miracle. You know, I mean, like they don't even make them like that anymore. John Cena is probably the closest version to a long-term running superstar, but he comes and goes, and lately he doesn't even come. So you know, they're very rare. Those guys. I consider CM Punk no different than, okay, you know what? I'll use this analogy, and it's a little bizarre, but we're both Jet fans, unfortunately. If you look at Joe Namath's 12-year career with the Jets,
Right.
it is statistically
Terrible.
horrendous, most of it.
Absolutely.
However, from 1965, the first year that they had the brains to draft him out of Alabama, because from the great Bear Bryant's Alabama program, when they brought Joe in from 65 to 69, man, oh man, that's only 5 seasons, almost like Gale Sayers, 5 seasons where Joe Namath was a rocket in the sky. Okay, when you have that kind of impact, and think about it even comparing Joe Namath on the back of a baseball card to Peyton Manning. It's laughable. It's like, wow, but they're both, here's my point, legends.
Legends because he won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Willie Namath
CM
did not
Punk won
win
a
a
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl. If he didn't win a Super
CM
Bowl,
Punk won a Super Bowl
so,
to me.
okay.
I mean, he was a world champion for
he's
a very long time.
Is it fair enough to say CM Punk is a legend because of one moment in time in one hour speech during a Monday Night Raw?
I totally understand your point, but to me, CM Punk is a legend in time because the pipe bomb kicked off the greatest reign in the last 25 years until the awesome Roman Reigns came in. That's how I look at that.
There's a big gap between that pipe bomb and him running that
but it
long
did
title
and you know
run,
what's funny? There was a big gap between, and if you look back on the calendar, most people don't even realize it. The birth of Stone Cold is in 96. The belt goes around his waist in 98.
That's fair.
So, you know, hey.
So,
it is what it-
so let
so
me ask
anyway,
you-
I'm just excited to see CM Punk, a legend from his time period,
Right.
with Sting, a legend from his time period. I think it's cool. You know, like when I saw Hogan and Edge,
Right.
I thought it was cool.
Gotcha.
So I'm liking this. That's all I'm saying.
Gotcha. That's fair enough. I can't.
And Phil's a whiny bitch and too skinny for you. Okay, so let's make sure we got that in.
It's not that,
You know?
man.
Yeah, it is.
It
A little bit.
really comes down to is that I listen to people write this stuff or they blog or whatever
Yeah.
else. And when they're saying that CM Punk had more influence on the industry than Hulk Hogan,
That's stupid.
Or they had
Okay,
more
that's
influence on
stupid.
the industry than
Okay.
Stone Cold.
You wanna-
He hasn't had more influence on the industry than Triple H, to be fair.
No, because Triple H is behind the scenes a giant. Okay,
Forget it. I'm
That's a
talking about
different-
wrestling.
That's a
Put
different
this
scene.
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
In
DX
wrestling, Triple H
DX was
had a
effing huge.
bigger career.
DX was oh yeah, I agree. On the back of his baseball card, bigger career. Absolutely.
The
dude.
only
no one's
only thing
delusional.
is-
Triple H is one of the all-time greats.
When I talk about
Love him or hate
CM
him.
Punk, there's a
You
level
know?
of wrestlers here.
Again,
he's that second tier
He's that
guy, or
rocket
maybe
in
a
the-
third tier
he's,
guy.
He's
I
that
don't know.
rocket in the sky. I mean, if you know, he's that rocket in the sky. That's how I see CM Punk. I like a Joe Namath, like where there was just a time period where that guy was just magic,
So I'm
magic.
going to ask you a question then.
Yeah.
Bob Backlund or CM Punk?
I think that wasn't that a draw? Didn't we do that?
Did we do that?
You
No,
know,
I don't
and
think
if
we
we
did.
did, I would think that it would be a draw in many, many ways. I think we did do it, and I think what happened was the back of the baseball card. I just couldn't pick a winner. Because it was hard because Bob had the second longest reign, but his time period was when you held the belt for years and years and years. CM Punk's was the longest in a quarter of a century. CM Punk's ratings were higher. for the business, they were making more money.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a difficult thing. I hate comparing the two anyway. They're both fucking amazing. They're legends from their own time periods.
Well, I think it also goes to the fact is what floats your boat, right? And if CM Punk changed people's lives because of that moment,
CM Punk makes fans cry. It's weird.
That is
seen
weird.
that?
That is
and
weird.
by the way, if you want to really appreciate
he
CM
makes
Punk,
his wife sell autographs.
Yeah, because he gives away free ice cream.
There you go.
Do the Pharaoh a favor, though. If you really want to appreciate CM Punk, go back. I think I mentioned it to you, and watch his match against Undertaker at WrestleMania. Here's where the smaller guy does play big with the big guy, and it's a great match. And Taker, by the way, adores this man. He loved working with him. Huge fan of CM Punk.
Well,
felt that he played big.
According to the documentary, if I'm correct.
Okay. What, he wanted
Taker
to have sex
wasn't a
with
big
AJ?
fan in the beginning of Punk,
Right.
but then eventually learned to respect
really
him,
like
right?
him quite a bit, yeah.
And
Yeah,
again,
quite a bit.
You always need that wrestler to wrestle against in order to have that great match.
I think
right?
Stone Cold loves CM Punk too, oddly enough.
I'm not
as
sure.
a person.
Well,
But the important thing is that we think that Phil's too skinny and he should get some protein shakes.
You talked about Kevin Owens re-signing.
Yeah, brilliant.
WWE Raw viewership and key demo ratings down from last week.
All right.
Monday's live Raw drew a 1.553 million viewers on USA Network, according to Nielsen. Showbuzz Daily. This is down by 1.33% from last week's 1.574.
It's the holidays. People are driving around. They're going to Walmart and they're waiting for the Amazon Prime guy to get in front of their house, and they're busy. There's a lot of things going. A lot of things factor into that, but I don't think that's such a big deal, quite honestly.
Well, here was the card. Austin Theory, Finn Balor.
What do you think of Austin Theory? I think he's awesome.
I think he's good.
I think he's
Wasn't
hilarious.
happy with the McMahon vignette or whatever you want to call it, a vignette nowadays. I don't know.
Right. You know what I'm happy
Sound
with?
was
though?
terrible.
You know what I'm happy with, though? I'm happy with seeing McMahon a little more. I know McMahon is slipping quite a bit, but I enjoy him, and I like him and Theory together. I think that's been cool.
Dewdrop Bianca Belair.
I could care less.
Bianca Belair's a star, dude.
Yeah, I know she's a star. I could care less because of Dewdrop. You know my thing with Dewdrop?
Dewdrop's a good wrestler,
Of course she is. She's fun.
She's fantastic.
What is it about Dewdrop? I just go Dewdrop. Win-win. What is with that name?
Well, rumor has it
Dewdrop.
they're going to change that name out.
That name is just come
Dude,
on.
I don't want to lose Dewdrop.
Dewdrop is almost like, here she comes, Fifi. Like, watch out, it's Fifi. She's going to drop an elbow on you.
Damian Priest, the Psycho, went against Dolph Ziggler, non-title U.S. title match.
Why do I keep thinking that Dolph Ziggler is somehow, getting ready to start holding those secondary titles again?
Really?
The guy's a legend in the secondary
can't
title
see him.
division. He's one of the greatest intercontinental champions on paper. He's had it a million
times.
times.
I was watching Damian Priest, and I go, this is a guy they should have with the U.S. title for a year and a half.
He's had it a while.
And then say, I want a shot at the title and be
that's
that
the old
guy.
days.
Yes.
But that's the old days.
Because he has got that look, dude. I got to tell you. I like
It
him.
worries me a little bit about his legs. I get worried. Sometimes I feel like maybe he's a little awkward.
Yeah.
Not sure. I
Right.
think he's awesome. Very talented. Like the look. Love his voice. His talking voice is pretty good.
Good.
What do you think of him?
I love him.
He's a big dude. I figured he'd make
I love
you happy.
him. I like the whole, normal, nice guy. Also gets crazy and can't control himself.
Right, yeah.
I kind of like the gimmick.
He's pretty cool, yeah.
The Cutting Edge had Maurice and The Miz.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts?
I just like the fact that Maurice is around because I get to look at her.
She's hot.
You like them apples?
She's smoking.
But it's good stuff. What about the swerving with Edge? First is she's slapping the Miz, and then she's, it's fucking great.
I thought they did that too quick.
Yeah, they did, but still, they did it, and I like it.
Yeah.
I thought it's fine. It's fine. I can think of worse things to watch on wrestling.
Lashley and Big E against Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens.
Look, the most important thing is was I seeing this though? I wonder, sometimes with because we never sleep, you and I, we're busy guys, but I could have sworn I saw a very lovely thing. Did I see Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens hugging at the end of the show?
It's good.
Is it a possibility we're gonna have these two running around causing chaos?
No, they'll turn on.
Damn it! I want them to be something for a while. I think those two are magic.
They're pretty good.
I
wish
What do you feel about the male? What do you feel about that? Now, people may not know this for you more recent folks who have caught on to the show, but your original CM Punk was the mailman, Kevin Owens.
Yes, right. Yes.
So, how do you feel now? And to your credit, you have over the past couple of years since you first laid eyes on Kevin Owens, also known as the mailman. Mm-hmm. You were like, The guy's pretty damn good. How do you feel now?
So,
have we reevaluated Kevin Owens?
When the rumors were,
Vince McMahon loves his ass.
When the rumors were passing that he was going to AEW, I thought to myself, big deal.
Right.
Like, who cares?
Right.
It's like he's secondary all the time to everything.
Okay.
And then
right now.
Before
his
he
credit,
re-signed,
he's going along with
but
that.
But then
for
I
now.
thought, you know
Smart.
what? They did give him the Universal title, right?
Oh,
and
sure.
then he lost it to Goldberg in pretty quick fashion. That
which
time.
no one liked, but that's
that
okay.
was almost Rock CM Punkish in a way.
Yeah, in a way, but he didn't take his ball, and
he didn't take. That's right.
No, he's always been a good company man. Apparently.
But when he signed, I was very happy, and I said, "Smart move," because this guy's got the goods.
He does.
You know what? He's never injured.
Right.
And I
for the
I
most
think
part,
this plays into Nick
never
Khan's
injured.
hands, right?
Right. He's
Nick's
very
like,
healthy.
You could
for the
depend
most
on
part.
this guy to wrestle every week.
Yes, you can. He's
He's
a
got
machine.
great mic skills. So if you're
Yes,
having
he
trouble with
does.
something, hey, get on the mic.
Kevin Owens is amazing on the mic. Yes,
so
yes.
It was a good signing.
Kevin Owens is awesome. I've always seen this in him, so I'm just thrilled. And I think he's a smart guy. And I love that he was honest. I re-signed because for my family, this is good money.
Yeah.
AEW
last night had a little over 1,020,000 viewers,
That's
which was
good.
up from last week at 948.
That's good.
And that's right before
Good.
winter's coming.
They want that 1 million plateau, and that's good for them. Good.
All right.
They must have heard Kyle O'Reilly was back.
So you guys are watching this. It's Christmas Eve, and I know you probably don't want to watch SmackDown because it's Christmas Eve, and we all know it's taped. But you know what? In case you do want to watch it, let me just pull you away from that, as you're going to have the Monty and the Pharaoh Christmas Eve SmackDown spoiler.
Why are you doing that? Wow, bah humbug. That's terrible. Okay, guys, you can turn it off. No, wait a minute. Don't turn it off. Listen to the spoilers and have your show ruined. Go
Are you
ahead.
ready?
Do it.
Sami Zayn won a 12 Days of Christmas Gauntlet match to qualify for an Intercontinental title match against Nakamura.
You're going to get thank you emails that you gave away the results, because if they sit through this, they're going to be very upset. That sounds like shit. What do you got next?
Charlotte Flair defeats Toni Storm.
Okay.
That's it for Tony.
All right. Wait a minute. Was there any more pies in the face?
No, it's over.
What a fucking lame. That's it for Tony.
As
Merry
Becky's
Christmas, Tony.
finishing Liv off,
Right. Right.
finishing
La, la,
Tony,
la, la,
who's
la,
next
la,
up
la.
until the two will meet at WrestleMania.
Right.
This is a big one. Drew McIntyre and the New Day defeated the Usos and Madcap Moss.
Madcap Moss. This is a horrible show. All right, go on. What else you got?
That's it.
That was it?
That's all.
Merry fucking Christmas. Santa sucks. That's terrible. Wow, that's rough.
Cool.
No thanks.
Well, anyway, this has been the This Week of Pro Wrestling Christmas Eve special. I'm Mike Monty.
And this is the Pharaoh. And until next time, because we stopped counting the episodes because we don't know what the fucking episode this is, or is. Later. Bye. Peace.